Hello everyone, as we finished the explanation of this chapter, today we are going to discuss MCQs on this chapter. First question, which of the following correctly depicts the dental formula of the child? Option A, 2112 by 2112. Option B, 2102 by 2102. Option C, 2123 by 2123. Option D, 2111 by 2111. And your time starts now. Whoever watching our video for the first time, please take a piece of paper and answer the MCQs along with us. And the correct option is option B. The children will have a milk teeth which includes 8 incisor, 4 canines and 8 molars. In children, the premolars are absent. So the correct dental formula is 2102 by 2102. Coming to the second one, two friends are eating together on a dining table. One of them suddenly starts coughing while swallowing food. This coughing would have been due to improper movement of option A epiglottis, option B diaphragm, option C neck, option D tongue. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option A epiglottis. Since during the swallowing of food, the glottis is closed by a leaf like cartilage which is called epiglottis so that the food does not enter the trachea. If during eating epiglottis remains open, then the food particles may enter the trachea, leading to a reflex action of coughing. This will remove the food particles from the trachea so that the breathing does not get obstructed. And the next question, third one, the lining of the intestinal wall from outside to inside is made up of option A, circular muscles, then longitudinal muscles, mucosa, and submucosa. Option B, longitudinal muscles, circular muscles, submucosa, and the mucosa. Option C, mucosa, submucosa, circular muscles, and then longitudinal muscles. Option D, submucosa, longitudinal muscles, circular muscles, and the mucosa. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option D. The lining of intestine from outside to inside is the made up of outermost serosa, then muscularis, which is consisting of outer longitudinal muscles and then inner circular muscles, then submucosa and the innermost mucosa. Coming to the fourth question, match column 1 with the column 2 and select the correct option from the given codes. In the column 1, sphincters, and the column 2 is of location. In A, it is of sphincter ani internus, opening of hepatopancreatic ampulla into the duodenum, cardiac sphincter between duodenum and posterior stomach, sphincter of Oddi, the terminal part of alimentary canal, ileocecal sphincter between esophagus and anterior stomach, pyloric sphincter between small intestine and large intestine. Among the options, you have to select the one by matching the column 1 with the column 2. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option C. That means the sphincter ani internus is the guarding the terminal part of alimentary canal, and the B cardiac sphincter is between the esophagus and the anterior stomach. Sphincter of Oddi is of opening of hepatopancreatic ampulla into the duodenum. Ileocecal sphincter is between the small intestine and the large intestine, and the pyloric sphincter is between duodenum and the posterior stomach. Fifth one, Crypts of Libercun are present in option A, pancreas and secrete pancreatic juice. Option B, small intestine and secrete digestive enzymes. Option C, stomach and secrete dilute HCl. Option D, stomach and secrete trypsin. And your time starts now. And the correct answer is option B. Crypts of Libercun are simple tubular glands that occur throughout the small intestine between the villi, and they secrete the digestive enzymes and also mucus too. Coming to the sixth question, which of the following statement is incorrect? Mucosal epithelium has globulate cells which secrete mucus for lubrication. Option B, mucosa forms gastric glands in the stomach and crypts in between the bases of villi in intestine. Option C, cells lining the villi has brush border microvilli. Option D, all the four basic layers in the wall of the gut never show modifications in different parts of the alimentary canal. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option D, since they asked us to find out the incorrect statement. Since all the four basic layers in the wall of a gut shows a modification in different parts of the alimentary canal. For example, the mucosal epithelium has globulate cells which secretes the mucus. The mucus also form glands in the stomach and crypts in between the bases of the villi in the intestine. That's how there will be the modifications. So, but here in the option it is given never shows the modification, but the true statement is it will show the modifications. So, the incorrect statement will be the option D. Coming to the seventh one, which of the following is not a salivary gland? Option A, sublingual. Option B, submaxillary. Option C, lacrimal. Option D, parotid. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option C, lacrimal. Lacrimal glands are the one which are present in the eyes and they secrete the tears. So it is not the salivary gland. Eighth question, stenosis duct is associated with option A, parotid gland, option B, cardiac gland, option C, pancreatic gland, option D, thyroid gland. And your time starts now. Correct option is option A. Since the parotid glands are the largest salivary glands, they're lying on the sides of the face, just below and in front of the ears. Whatever the parotid gland ducts are called as tenous ducts, they open opposite the upper second molar teeth. Just remember, these ducts will open opposite the upper second molar teeth. Coming to the ninth question. Glimson capsule is the characteristic feature of A. Mammals, B. Birds, C. Reptiles, D. Arthropods. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option A. Mammals. Since the Glimson capsule is the characteristic feature of a mammalian liver, it is a thin connective tissue sheath that covers the lobes of the liver. This capsule is the one which is covering the lobules of the liver. Coming to the 10th question, which of the following statements is incorrect? Option A, burner glands are submucosal. Option B, irregular folds of gastric mucosa are known as rugae. Option C, Glimson capsule is the connective tissue sheath of hepatic lobule. Option D, mesothelium or serosa lies in close proximity to the circular layer of muscularis. And your time starts now. And the correct option is D, since they're asking us to find out the incorrect statement. So serosa is the outermost layer of the alimentary canal, and it is made up of a thin mesothelium that lies in close proximity to the longitudinal layer of the muscularis. But here in the statement, they given us a circular layer, but the correct thing is longitudinal layer of the muscularis. 11th question. In man, the gallbladder is situated in dash lobe of the liver. Option A left, option B right, option C caudate, option D quadrate. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, a right lobe of the liver. 12th one, the common bile duct in human is found by the joining of option A, pancreatic duct and bile duct, option B, cystic duct and hepatic duct, option C, cystic duct and pancreatic duct, option D, hepatic duct and pancreatic duct. And your time starts now. Correct option is option B. Cystic duct from the gallbladder and hepatic duct from the liver are going to join to form a common bile duct. So option B is correct. 13th question, which part of mammalian alimentary canal does not secrete any enzyme? Option A mouth, option B esophagus, option C stomach, option D duodenum. And your time starts now. And the correct option is esophagus. Esophagus does not secrete any enzyme, it just simply passes the food from mouth to stomach by peristalsis. Coming to the 14th question, major utility of breaking up of food into small bites during chewing is option A, reduce surface area of the food eaten up, option B, to increase surface area of the food eaten up, option C, to make the food soluble, option D, to enjoy taste of food. Your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, to increase the surface area of the food eaten up. Coming to the 15th one, a lubricant mucin in saliva is made up of option A, polyunsaturated fats, option B, actin and myosin, option C, glycoproteins, option D, phospholipids. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option C, glycoproteins. 16th question, a bolus is option A mass of crushed food moistened with saliva. Option B, the semi-solid material resulting from partial digestion in the stomach. Option C, the milky emulsified fat absorbed from small intestine. Option D, indigestible materials that helps in movement and absorption of food. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option A. Since in the mouth, the saliva moistens and lubricates the food, and chewing breaks the food into smaller pieces. This semi-solid food is molded into a ball known as bolus by tongue and is pushed into the esophagus via pharynx. And the correct option is option A. 17th question, which of the following statement is incorrect regarding lysozyme present in the saliva? Option A, it acts as an antibacterial agent. Option B, it prevents infections. Option C, it acts as an enzyme. Option D, all of the above. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option A. It acts as an antibacterial agent. 18th question. In which layer of stomach are gastric glands located? Option A. Serosa. Option B. Mucosa. Option C. Submucosa. Option D. Muscularis mucosa. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B. Gastric glands are located in the epithelial layer of the mucosa of stomach. 19th question. The food mixes thoroughly with the gastric acidic gastric juice of the stomach by churning movements of its muscular wall. What do we call the food then? Option A. Bolus. Option B. Chyme. Option C. Succus entericus. Option D. Chylomicrons. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, chyme. Chyme is the food which is mixed thoroughly with the acidic gastric juice, but bolus is the one which is the food particle that formed with chewing and mixing with the saliva. That's difference you have to know. So chyme is the one which will mix with the acidic gastric juice. So correct option is option B. 20th question. Pepsin converts proteins into option A renin, option B proteases and peptones, option C amino acid, and option D lipase. And your time starts now. And the correct answer is option B proteases and peptones. It is the direct line from the NCRT. 21st question. The site of and substrate of renin are respectively option A mouth and starch, option B small intestine and protein, option C stomach and casein, option D stomach and fat. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option C stomach and casein. Just have a look on this. Like in stomach, the renin acts on the casein and converts it into a paracasein. In the presence of the calcium ions, the paracasein is converted into calcium paracaseinate, ultimately leading to a milk coagulation. Coming to the 22nd question, which enzyme initiates protein digestion? Option A, pepsin. Option B, trypsin. Option C, aminopeptidase. Option D, carboxypeptidase. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option A. Pepsin is the enzyme which will initiate the protein digestion in the stomach. Next, 23rd question. Which of the following has minimum pH? Option A, bile. Option B, gastric juice. Option C, saliva. Option D, pancreatic juice. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, gastric juice, which is having the minimum pH that is 1.8. 24th question. Peptin acts in option A, basic medium, option B, acidic medium, option C, neutral medium, option D, all types of medium. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, acidic medium, that is around 1.8 pH. 25th question. If pH of the stomach is 1.6, then which enzyme will digest protein? Option A, amylase, option B trypsin, option C epsin, option D pepsin. Your time starts now. So the correct option is pepsin because it acts around in a 1.8 pH. So pepsin will be the correct answer. 26th question. Which of the following statement is false? The stomach stores the food for 1 to 2 hours. Option B. Gastric gland never secretes even a small amount of lipase. Option C. Renin proteolytic enzyme is found in gastric juice of infants. Option D. All of these. Your time starts now. And the correct option is here we have to find out the false statement. So both A and B will be the false. Since the stomach stores the food for 4 to 5 hours, so here they're given only 1 to 2 hours. And in option B, gastric glands also will secrete a little amount of lipase, but here they given they never secrete. So both A and B will be the false statement. Coming to the 27th question, various types of movements are generated by the dash layer of the small intestine. Option A, serosa, option B, muscularis, option C, mucosa, option D, submucosa. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, muscularis. 28th question, the enzyme enterokinase helps in the conversion of option A, casinogen into casein, option B trypsinogen into trypsin, option C pepsinogen into pepsin, option D proteins into polypeptides. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B trypsinogen into trypsin. 29th question, the pH of succus entericus is. We already know that succus entericus is also known as intestinal juice. Option A 6.6, option B 5.6, option C 2.0, option D 7.8. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option D 7.8. Coming to the 30th question, burner glands are present in option A liver, option B duodenum, option C esophagus, option D stomach. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B duodenum. In the submucous of the duodenum, the burner glands are present, and these burner glands are going to secrete a mucus and an alkaline fluid, which is going to neutralize the acidic chyme, leaving the stomach. Coming to the 31st question, the backflow of fecal matter from the large intestine into the small intestine is prevented by the presence of option A, epiglottis, option B, sphincter of Oddi, option C, ileocecal valve, option D, gastroesophageal sphincter. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option C, ileocecal valve is the one which present at the junction of the small and the large intestine. Coming to the 32nd question, which of the following is not the function of the large intestine? Option A, absorption of water. Option B, nutrient absorption. Option C, secretion of mucus to lubricate feces. Option D, temporary storage of feces in rectum. Your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, nutrient absorption. Coming to the 33rd question, carrier ions like sodium facilitate the absorption of substance like option A, amino acid and glucose, option B, glucose and fatty acid, option C, fatty acid and glycerol, option D, fructose and some amino acid. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option D. Some amino acid and fructose are absorbed with the help of carrier ions like sodium. Coming to the 34th question, in which of the following order the process of digestion proceeds? Option E, digestion, incision, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Option B, digestion, ingestion, assimilation, absorption, and egestion. Option C, ingestion, digestion, assimilation, absorption, and egestion. Option D, ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option D. Coming to the 35th question, which of the following is correct regarding jaundice? Option A, skin turns yellow. Option B, eye turns yellow. Option C, liver gets affected. Option D, all of the above. And your time starts now. And the correct option is all of these. That is option D. Since in jaundice, liver gets affected, skin and eyes turn yellow due to the deposition of the bile pigments. Coming to the 36th question, egestion of stomach contents through the mouth is called dash. Option A, diarrhea. Option B, constipation. Option C, vomiting. Option D, ejection. Indigestion. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option C. Coming to the 37th question, anxiety and eating spicy food together in an otherwise normal human may lead to option A, indigestion, option B, jaundice, option C, diarrhea, option D, vomiting. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option A, indigestion. Coming to 38th question, which of the following are the causes of indigestion? Option A, anxiety, option B, food poisoning, option C, overeating, option D, all of this. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option D, all of these. Coming to the 39th question, emaciation of the body, thinning of limbs, skin becoming dry, thin and wrinkled, impairment of growth and development of brain and mental faculties in infants less than an year in age occurs in option A, kwashiorkor, option B, marasmus, option C, constipation, option D, jaundice. Your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, marasmus. And 40th question, kwashiorkor occurs due to dash A, deficiency of proteins and calories, option B, protein deficiency, option C, deficiency of calcium, option D, deficiency of fats. And your time starts now. And the correct option is option B, protein deficiency. I have added total 5 image based MCQs in this video. So please go through it and check the answers at the end of the video. Thanks for watching.